Hi everyone, so I'm back with my new video. In today's session, I would say we'll be discussing about that how we can do the uh, Golang integration with RabbitMQ. I mean, basically writing a publisher in Golang for RabbitMQ. So the very first thing, let's understand what kind of problem it would be solving. The first problem is parallelized task with guaranteed result. So we can have a parallel task running with a guaranteed result. So that is the first problem which it would be solving. Second is, say for instance, in your case, downstream is application is actually taking a lot of time because of either network provisioning or because of some lot of processing, because of which it is taking time. So in that case also you need to have a RabbitMQ or message broker in between. Third is, you want to broadcast single message to multiple application, or I would say multiple consumer. So let's understand a visual view that how it works. So if you see on the left side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the people who are publishing something. So I would say we call, in terms of technical term, we call them publisher. They are publishing something to message broker. And then on the right side, we have list of services who would be consuming that message. And again, in technical term, we call them subscriber or consumer. So how this whole integration work is, say for example, there are 3 users and they are publishing something to message broker. So user A publishing message for service 3. So once that services data is published to message broker, basis on the internal integration, they will identify that who is the consumer, and they will pass on that message to consumer itself. And in that case, we can have one to many, many to many integration. Like multiple person can publish the message in single queue, and it can be consumed by single consumer. And vice versa, we can have one publisher and it will be publishing the message, and the consumer side there are multiple who would be consuming the same message. All these things can be done with the help of configurations changes. So let's understand. Okay, if I see a Wikipedia page for this message broker, then these are the list of, there would be many which is not listed here, but I would say there are some renowned message broker software which are currently used are mentioned here. So we have few Amazon MQ, we have Apache ActiveMQ, we have Kafka, Cupid, Pulsar, and then we have HornetQ. If we see, go down. So in today's session, we'll be discussing about RabbitMQ, which is a product of Mozilla. Similarly, we have Redis also, we have Solace also, and TransTool as well. So now let's move to RabbitMQ website. So on their website, they have mentioned RabbitMQ is a message broker. Yes, it accepts and forward the messages, which is true. It works as a post office where you can send the mails and forget. The RabbitMQ will take care of the delivery of the message. And this thing, they have mentioned there is a publisher who published the message. There is a queue, and then there is a consumer. There are other things also like exchange is there, but let's keep it simple. So currently we'll be directly publishing the message in the queue, and we'll be seeing that whether we are publishing the message correctly or not. So coming down, so this is the basically package which is provided by RabbitMQ to support Golang. So you can simply execute this command on your terminal so that you can get this package. Okay, and now they have mentioned a sample code also for sending the message in the queue and receiving the message in the queue, which is publisher side as well as the consumer side. Now let's start with the publisher side. So the very first thing is they have mentioned the package name. They have mentioned the import also because they will be using two packages. One is the AMQP and second would be logs. And then they have mentioned the function to handle the basically error handling. These are the line of code which is used for creating the connection, that is the first thing, and then closing the connection. In between, this is the error handling. This would be creating the channel, and this would be closing the connection with the channel. This piece of code provides the two information. First is that it provides the configuration detail, that what would be the name of the queue, what would be the durability, TTL that is defined after unused, exclusive, not wait, augment. So we'll be discussing about all these things in my subsequent video. Just to keep it simple, we have to only focus on this parameter which actually defines the queue name. And then second part of the code is that this particular code will be publishing the message in the queue. So now let's quickly compile this code. So I have created the new directory. Under this I have created this file. Currently it is bank, just package name is mentioned. So let's copy the code. We need to import this thing, so copy paste. Then this function will be doing the error handling. Okay, and then this piece of code would actually be doing the connection. So for that, what we need to do is we need to write a new function. So func main under this, just copy paste, and this we can copy. Currently it will not be required because we are not integrating creating connection with any channel. And then copy this whole piece of code and just paste it. Okay, so here the queue name mention is hello. Let's make it training underscore RabbitMQ. Okay, so I have just edited the name of the queue. Now this would be the message which would be getting published in the queue. So let's keep it as it is. Now let's understand. Okay, let me clear. Go run main dot. Okay, so first we need to change the directory because currently it should be, this is RabbitMQ int. So cd now let's execute the code. Okay, so code has been successfully executed. The only problem is that we have not mentioned any message which actually display on the terminal that the message has been successfully published or something which give a confirmation. So let's write that also. We can simply do that fmt.println published successfully. Now let's execute the code again. Okay, so now it's showing that published successfully, which means Currently we have published 2 messages. Now let's go back to the RabbitMQ management console. Okay, if you see here, we have got total 4 messages published. Just now we have got 2 messages. This is showing the number of nodes. This is showing the global count, that is number of connection, channel, exchange, queues, and these are the some of the stats which provide queue operation time, channel operation time, connection operation time, all these things. So currently there are no connection because I already closed the connection. Channel, we have not created any. Exchange, we have not used. So let's directly go to queue. So if you see here, the training underscore RabbitMQ publisher queue. Okay, so if we see, this is the queue where we have published the message. Number of messages which are published is 2, and currently we have not set up any consumer, so it is showing 0. Let's understand the number of messages. We have published 2. Get these messages. So the first message is again hello world, and again we publish the same message hello world. So right now we can see that our integration is working absolutely fine. In my subsequent video, I'll be showing that how I can actually get the real-time feed from the API and publish in the RabbitMQ tutorial. What we actually did was that we called the API, we got the response, and we printed that response on the terminal. And in current video, what we did is we actually published some sample, or I would say sample message on the queue. In my upcoming video, what I would be doing is I would be integrating these 2 components. That is, my REST API, REST endpoint code will be fetching the data from the REST API, and this code will be publishing the same data in the RabbitMQ. So thank you friends, thank you so much.